Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to Dan Plant, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Dan, and today we're going to be talking about pre-van life planning. Now, I've already uploaded another video about pre-van life planning, so this is kind of the steps after that. So I'm going to go over today some things to think about once you kind of got past the stages of not my last video, but like the pre-planning stages. And then I'm going to talk about kind of some steps of getting the van and the first steps, like once you get it and all of that stuff. First of all, the first thing that you're gonna do once you're done with all the other steps in my other video of like figuring out kind of how you're gonna make money, learning a little bit more about the van life community and joining some community pages and stuff, and getting rid of some things and figuring out like what stuff you'll need, and maybe slowly starting to buy some things that will help you. Now you're kind of ready to start zeroing in on what kind of van do you want. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna go on Facebook Marketplace and you're gonna just type in van, okay? And you are gonna set notifications for that word. So whenever anything is posted to Facebook Marketplace within whatever radius you set with the word van in it, you get a notification. This will give you first dibs on any van. It'll give you an idea of what pricing is looking like and what you can expect to see and all of that stuff. From that, you can start to kind of narrow down not only what is widely available near you, but also what van you want. So for me, I started this out wanting an ambulance, realized that might be a little too big to start with, realized ambulances are usually built on a 40 Econoline base. So I kind of was like, what if I just start with a 40 Econoline? And then I just kind of went from there. I had a few options. I had either 40 Econoline or a Ford Ranger, which yes, I know are completely different things, but my thinking was Ford Ranger has more diversity, I guess. Like I can not have it set up as a camper and just use it as a work truck and like have the bed for like gardening tools and stuff, and then eventually add a like pop-up camper to the back, or the van, I wouldn't have to do that. And my main thing really was that I want to be able to go straight from my driver's seat to the back of the van, which you can't really do in a truck. But those are my two main options, and I did end up finding a 40 Econoline. My year range was between 95 and 2010 is what I wanted, because, well, 2009, because I didn't want anything older than 2010, because I've noticed just reliability in vehicles 2010 and later just don't, and earlier, sorry, or no, whatever, newer, just don't seem as great or reliable or last as long, I guess. So the vehicle I'm looking at that I'm more than likely going to get, we will see on Monday or Tuesday, but I'm probably going to be getting it. By the time this video is posted, I'll probably, hopefully, have it. But it is a 2004 40 Econoline E150. It has a brand new transmission and a few brand new other things like shocks, and I think it has new tires, and there's a few brand new things in it. I'm very excited about this van. So what I did was I've been watching this van on Facebook Marketplace for a few weeks, waiting for the price to go down. The price finally went down, sent them a message, they responded, we talked a little bit. I basically just said I would love to come and do a test drive and talk to you about it a little bit. I went, did a test drive, took some pictures of any little rusty spots or anything that I thought might be a concern. Test drove it, drove great. I was like, awesome. Let me talk to some people and think about it a little bit. I'm definitely very interested. He kind of told me I'll be out of town until Sunday, so like, hit me up then. And basically I thought about it, I want it. I found a place where I can do, place very close to where the van is located, that I can get a pre-purchase inspection done for the vehicle. It'll be $125, and that will tell me anything that is wrong with it, anything that will be done soon, just any of that. So I really highly recommend getting a pre-purchase inspection for any vehicle that you get. I know it might be hard to budget that. In a few places that I've contacted, some places would quote me up to $350 for a pre-purchase inspection, and like, absolutely not. My limit was 100. Found this place very close, 125, has really good reviews, they have an open schedule, they said they'll take a walk-in, so, you know, whatever. You're gonna wanna just, you don't have to go with Facebook Marketplace, you can go through a dealership, you can go Craigslist, there's a whole bunch of, like, you can get a van on auction, like there's a whole bunch of ways to get it. I personally think Facebook Marketplace is the easiest. I think it's free. It's the main free option, and you're not gonna get hit with the fees of dealerships. So definitely take that into consideration. But it is also usually working with private sellers, and it can be more sketchy, which is, regardless, even if you are going through a dealership, I really recommend a pre-purchase inspection, because last time I got an old used vehicle, I got it from a dealership, and it was horrible. I bought a lemon, and I spent $11,000 on that lemon because I got a loan for it, and it was horrible. It was a horrible car. My next tip is start asking any random questions that you have in your van life groups. So I have literally gone on a few groups and literally just posted like, hey, I'm getting my van soon. Can you just give me any advice at all? Any places to avoid, any places to check out, any things I really need, any things I really don't need, anything to look out for when I'm buying my van or when I'm camping or when I'm building, or just any general advice that you can have for me. And I've gotten a lot of good advice from that. And if there's any specific questions that you have at all, you can either go post them directly in the groups or just say, hey, I have questions about this general topic. Did I talk to someone about it? And you will probably get comments from multiple people offering advice, and you can just message them or talk it out in the comments and get most of your questions answered. So that is, get as much as you can figured out before you get your van. But the next van life pre-planning thing, once you have your van and that's all done, you have your insurance set up, you have the title in your name, the vehicle's paid for, and you have the pre-purchase inspection completed, you know what to look out for if there's any issues, what will be an issue in the future, all of that stuff. It's time to learn your van as much as possible. If you're able to have the person selling you van teach you any little thing they know about it, like all vehicles have their little quirks. If there's any little quirks that they know of, have them teach you, have them show you how to open the hood if you need that, have them show you anything. I know my van has the tire like underneath that you have to open the thing and like crank it out. I'm gonna ask him to show me any questions you can think of about your vehicle. Take a few days to think about them before you go spend the money on it, and take your list with you and ask the person you're buying the van from. They will probably be able to answer most, if not all of them. You just really want to be prepared for any little quirks that the vehicle has, because it can be really scary. Say, for example, the first van I looked at, the driver's side window, she told me, don't put it down the whole way or else it'll get stuck. That's great information to know. If I didn't know that, I would have put it down the whole way and flipped out when I couldn't get it back up. Just literally ask if there's any little quirks would be a great question, and literally tell them, like, if there's anything you think of after I leave, feel free to text me and let me know any random things with it. Something I should mention real quick, something that I am gonna add in the pre-purchase inspection, if they allow me to, and it's not super expensive, is I'm gonna ask them to add a few things to just like help a run real good. You know, like I don't know what these things are called, but I know there's like, I think it's an engine cleaner that you can run through the gas tank, and that helps just clean anything out. And basically, if there is anything wrong with your van, ask if there's anything, set a price range in your head, ask if there's anything that the mechanic can fix like during the pre-purchase inspection for this price. If there's anything that they can get in that price range, just get it out of the way now and get it done. Chances are, if you're buying a van that is not brand new, there's going to be something wrong with it somewhere. It might be small, might be big. You might as well get it fixed as soon as you possibly can. And if you're already there, you're already at the mechanic, if they're able to just add on a little service for a little extra money, you might as well just get it over with. Now that your van is yours and checked out and all good, and you're prepared for what is going to be coming to you next in terms of in terms of repairs, now it's the fun part of, if you're gonna be like me and using this as a daily driver, setting it up. So I have a bin of stuff in my bedroom right now that is not only stuff from my old car, but also just stuff that I'll have in my van. So for a while, I'm gonna be using this as a daily driver just to get my 2 miles to and from work every day. And then I'll be taking some of the seats out and using it kind of also as a chill space, but I'm not gonna be living in it yet. I'm not gonna be ripping it apart and doing installation or putting in a max air fan or anything like that yet. I'm literally just gonna the first day that I get it, assuming I have the time that day, I'm gonna go over to my friend's house, we've already planned this, and I'm gonna take out not all of the seats, but I think there's 3 rows of seats, if not 4. I'm gonna take out just the middle seats and just leave like the one in the back that folds down to a bed and like the front seats. All the ones in the middle I'm gonna take out. I'm probably gonna take them for scrap because they're not in great condition. People probably aren't gonna wanna buy them. I'm just gonna take them for scrap and just set up a couple little things to make it a little chiller. I will do another video setting up my van like the day I get it and all of that stuff, so watch out for that. So I probably should have mentioned, before you get to the point of really taking your seats out and setting up a little chill area in your van, you should have this done already, but you should probably figure out your full plan of what you're doing with this van. Is your plan to start your build right away and start living in it full time as soon as possible? Then do that. Figure out how to strip it, how to get the carpet out, how to get the seats out, get the paneling out, get everything out, figure out all of that, and figure out what you're gonna be using for insulation and floorboards and all of that stuff. If your plan is to do it as soon as possible, start it as soon as possible. But if your plan, like me, is to use it as a daily driver for a little bit and use it as is for being just a weekend warrior here and there and slowly building it out from there, you can follow my next steps in maybe not my next video, but probably a video next week about setting up my van. Next week, I will have a video setting up my no build for my van. So I'm gonna have a no build setup for the first little while of using it as my daily driver. And eventually I will phase out of that and, tear everything out, put insulation in, all that stuff. There's just more in life that I need to get done before I actually can live in a van full time. Plus, before I can afford to build out a van. I'm gonna be doing my no build with everything that I already have, and I'm gonna be buying a few things, but yeah. Last but not least is buying things that you actually really need for your van now. So I will have an Amazon list down below of everything that I got for the day I get the van. The things that I am definitely going to be buying are, first of all, this van is a 2004, so it doesn't have like Android Audio or any of that. I found a really good deal online of a Android Audio screen thing. It comes with a backup camera and a dash cam, and I think it's $72. And the dude selling the van said he will help me install this, and I already checked it, and it does say it will fit this vehicle. So that is something that's very important to me. If it's not important to you, you don't have to get it. And then the next things that I'm definitely going to be getting, like for the first day I have the vehicle, is a steering wheel lock. I think it's $19, $20 on Amazon. All right, that is really it for my van life pre-planning. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have anything to add to this information for not only myself, but anyone else in the same position of pre-planning our van life journey, definitely leave it in the comments. Let me know of any van life information that I need to know, any van life communities that I should join, any van life events that might be cool for me to go to, any websites I should know about, and just anything. Any advice that you have for not only me, but any new van lifers in general, leave them down in the comments. I really would like to build some community in all of this. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely give it a like if you did, and subscribe if you like van life content. Also, if you like plant videos, I kind of do a mixture of lifestyle, van life, plant, horticulture type videos. So if that's something you're into, definitely check out my channel down below. I post 2 times a week right now, and hit the bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. I will see you guys next time. Bye.